Hey everyone, Kali Gold here again. Just got back from another little trip, and someone in my Discord, Fresh Apple, thanks for posting news while I was gone. The Neverwinter slash Embracer slash Art Games slash whatever, it just continues, and we just got some news last week. I guess this occurred right around Thanksgiving time. There's a bunch of things here, and I'm going to try to extrapolate from that. The bottom line on this is that we're going to need more news in the future, but we're trying to keep track of this. What's going on with Neverwinter? Because I became newly concerned again with Neverwinter when we got a possibility for Neverwinter Classic to come back, and I'll describe what happened there with that as we go through this. So here's the first bit of news. Embracer sells off Art Games and Cryptic Studios. Yes, Embracer, the company that was on a acquisition spree a few years ago, has just started to dump stuff. And so the latest news that we're concerned about here is the fact that they've now sold off the two companies that were responsible for, amongst other things, Neverwinter and Star Trek Online. Now, it gets even more interesting, as you'll see here. Company continues to downsize following previous acquisition spree. Neverwinter Star Trek Online developer bought by who? A management team. Okay. Here we go. Embracer has divested another two studios from its sprawling portfolio, Art Games and Cryptic Studios. Okay, there it is. There it is. Art Games and Cryptic Studios. Those are the two names that we are concerned about here. Have been purchased by a new entity, Project Golden Arc. Project Golden Arc was led by members of Art Games, the management team. We don't know who they are. We don't know their names. So we've got a new entity called Project Golden Arc, which is purchasing Arc Games and Cryptic Studios from Embracer. What does Art Games do? What does Cryptic Studios do at this point in time? I have no idea anymore. Cryptic Studios had a bunch of developers in the past who made Star Trek Online and Neverwinter. A year ago, that most of that development has been taken place by a company in Germany called Deca Games. What is left of these companies? I have no idea. Project Golden Arc is going to now own, looks like, Art Games and Cryptic Studios. What all that means, I'm not sure yet. And again, we don't know who is leading Project Golden Arc. I have no idea. Art Games is the publisher of live service games Star Trek Online and Neverwinter and the Remnant series, along with Torchlight. So it's a publisher. Cryptic Studios was the developer behind Neverwinter and Star Trek Online. The proceeds of the sale is $30 million. So Embracer is going to get $30 million. It's going to cost this new group, Project Golden Arc, $30 million, but it looks like it's going to be funded by Hong Kong firm XD Inc. Well, and of course, they're going to have a huge ownership position in Project Golden Arc. They must really be confident in whatever is going to come out of Project Golden Arc. As part of the deal, Embracer retains publishing rights to the Remnant franchise. Remnant from the Ashes, which was developed by Gunfire Games, a shooter. It's got like nothing to do with Star Trek Online and Neverwinter in terms of gameplay, and rights for a game called Fellowship developed by Chief Rebel and currently in early access. This will be assigned to Coffee Stain, which is another company planned to be spun out by Embracer. Did Embracer own Coffee Stain, like Coffee Stain Studios, like Satisfactory? So Satisfactory people are going to be working on this other new game called Fellowship? I have no idea, but I don't care about that. I care about Neverwinter, and I care about Cryptic Studios and Art Games. This transaction supports our key priorities. This is Embracer talking. Key priorities by strengthening our focus on strategic assets and core IPs, blah. This is CEO speak, meaning what he's really trying to say is we blew it by buying all these companies, and now we're trying to dump them because we're losing money, or we just can't manage it all, or we thought it was a good idea at the time, but we screwed up. And now we have to cover ourselves. The deal also allows Fellowship developed by Stockholm to find a home within Coffee Stain. So that kind of makes sense, because I know Coffee Stain is based in Sweden, so this other team is in Stockholm. So it makes sense maybe to put that within Coffee Stain, and then that's going to be spun off. Would like to thank the teams at Arc and Cryptic for their hard work over the last 4 years. Hard work at what? I mean, what did they actually do over the last 4 years? I don't know anymore. The studios were previously owned by Perfect World, which Embracer acquired in 2021. I remember all that. And rebranded as Gearbox Publishing in San Francisco. Embracer was sold off Gearbox in 2024. Guys, it's crazy. No one can keep track of anything anymore. The divestment is the latest in the protracted unwinding of Embracer's previous rapid expansion under their founder or former founder and all this stuff. Oh, and then they had a Saudi Arabia guy involved as well. Again, I don't care about that too much. Let's go to the next thing here. Here again is just official news again. Embracer has today entered a definitive agreement to divest Arc Games and Cryptic Studios to Project Golden Arc. The key word now is Project Golden Arc. We need to find out more about them, who they are, who the people are, or do we know any of them? Do we know any of those people? Are they anyone left from Perfect World Entertainment? Anyone left from Perfect World Art Games? Perfect World, Cryptic Studios, anyone. Cash proceeds, $30 million. We know about that, so Embracer is going to get that. Embracer will retain publishing rights to Remnant and this other fellowship thing. Someone did write an article, which I thought was pretty good, and we'll go over that next. Several things to look at here today. So here's Bree Royce of Massively OP. Embracer has sold off Arc Games and the sad remains of Cryptic Studios. And yes, it's confusing. Yes, he said it, and I'm backing him up on that 100%. It is confusing. The sad remains of Cryptic Studios. Oh, that's such a sad sight to see. Embracer has continued its internal collapse this week. And you know what? I like this guy. He says what he thinks, the person who wrote this article. Embracer has continued its internal collapse this week. It's apparently sold off Arc Games, formerly known as Perfect World Entertainment, and Cryptic Studios. Yes, this is about to get very complicated because our readers will know that Cryptic itself had already been hollowed out, stripped down to almost no staff, and lost its MMOs. Really? They lost Star Trek Online, Neverwinter, and Champions Online. Have been nestled under Embracer's Deca Games division in Europe for more than a year already. Cryptic was also previously a largely remote outfit. Yeah, they were in Redwood City or San Jose, California over here. Deca's over in Germany. Cryptic was previously a largely remote outfit, so it's not clear what exactly is being sold from Cryptic except the name. That is the key question. What exactly is being sold except the name? In other words, while today's press release says that Cryptic Studios includes the development teams for Neverwinter and Star Trek Online, we don't really know what that means since the core dev teams are under Deca and the press release doesn't explain. Thank you. That's exactly why I'm here today, because they don't explain everything. Champions Online technically isn't mentioned at all, which is extra odd as Cryptic owned the intellectual protocol. Right? Is that what IP stands for? Intellectual Protocol outright. We can say that an STO dev, Star Trek Online, dropped by Reddit to reassure players there won't be any changes to the current development team. Mr. Panda Pundus? Who is the development team and where are they exactly? Are they Deca? Who is this? So about that buyer. According to Embracer, it's Project Golden Arc, which we just talked about a little bit, which is owned and led by members of the Arc Games management team. Again, who are these people? Who are those guys? Aha, so basically the remains of Perfect World Entertainment are buying it out with financial help from XD. Should actually sound a bit familiar as a company that have been licensing and running Torchlight Infinite for many years, which explains why I would be interested in plunking down $30 million for the companies in the first place. Again, Torchlight is not my concern here. Maybe someday we'll finally give us a Torchlight MMO. Don't care. I literally don't care about Torchlight. Also of note to MMO fans is Arc Games itself was still publishing the MMOs we care about, as well as Coffee Stain's Fellowship. As I type this, Deca reps. Here we go with Deca. Deca reps have not formally addressed the sale to players, even in their Discord. Next, where are we now? Well, we're at Arc Games. Remember, Project Golden Arc now owns Arc Games, or is going to, and Cryptic Studios. So I went to the website for Arc Games, and here's news right here. Arc Games becomes an independent video game publisher through a management buyout, marking a new strategic chapter. Long-running global publisher launches next phase of growth, expanding AA and indie portfolio for 2026 and beyond. beyond. Oh, what's this? Redwood City. Arc Games is based in Redwood City, which we kind of know. That's either in or near San Jose, California, is it not? So Arc Games today announced a successful management buyout from Embracer Group with financing support from XD. Arc Games has formally established itself as an independent video game publisher. As a fully autonomous organization, Arc Games will continue advancing its long-standing mission to deliver high-quality, innovative games to players around the world. As part of the transition, Arc Games will maintain its existing organizational structure, including the continued leadership of CEO Yoon Im. So remember, Project Golden Arc is now going to own or owns Arc Games and Cryptic Studios. This is Arc Games. Arc Games' announcement about this. They have someone there named Yoon Im, and now they have their independence within Project Golden Arc. Arc Games is accelerating preparations for a robust slate of unannounced titles, new AA and indie publishing partnerships, and ongoing support of its current portfolio. This milestone marks a major new chapter for Arc Games, said the CEO. We appreciate our time being part of Embracer. I don't know about that. And the accomplishments achieved since the company's inception 15 years ago, these experiences shaped who we are today. Now, as an independent, we are now positioned to fully pursue our vision, collaborating with exceptional developers worldwide and bring standout games to market. 2026 is already shaping up to be one of our most ambitious and innovative years in our history. We're excited for what lies ahead. So, founded in 2008, Perfect World Entertainment, the company later rebranded as Arc Games and is now entering a new phase as an independent global publisher. Historically recognized for bringing acclaimed live service titles to market, including Neverwinter and Star Trek Online, based on iconic entertainment franchises. The publisher has also made significant impact with hit releases such as Remnant, Remnant 2, and Torchlight, and Fellowship. Arc Games has likewise supported a growing slate of unique indie titles, Frosthaven and Have a Nice Death. Never heard of them. With independence, Arc Games plans to expand its publishing footprint across platforms and genres. The company is preparing to unveil new, unannounced titles, broaden partnerships with global development studios, and continue investing in long-term support of its diverse portfolio. Arc Games is actively pursuing new publishing opportunities. Okay, remember, this is Arc Games. They are now a part of Project Golden Arc. What about Cryptic Studios? What's going on with Cryptic Studios? Here's their website. It's bare bones, and it hasn't even been updated. Look at the bottom. We are a part of Embracer Group. This has not changed. Cryptic Studios, an industry leader developing free-to-play MMOs, PC console. We bring popular titles to life with innovative gameplay, view games. Well, according to Cryptic Studios, they are still doing something with Neverwinter. I don't know what they're doing with Neverwinter, because I thought Deca was working on Neverwinter, and Deca is not a part of Project Golden Arc. Again, confusion reigns here. And so that is Neverwinter, and they still show Star Trek Online. And they still show Cryptic Studios to be a part of Embracer Group. When was the last time that this website was actually updated? I do not know. Again, we have Cryptic Studios, Arc Games, a part of Project Golden Arc. I can't find any website for Project Golden Arc except that it is a new group that has been created by ex-Perfect World people or Arc people. Okay, now what I wanted to find out was who, here's the article here in the Reddit for Neverwinter. Okay, I know no one goes there anymore, but I did. It's official, although slightly delayed. Arc Games and Cryptic Studios have been sold for $30 million by Embracer to this Project Golden Arc, founded by current leadership team of Arc Games. The mystery people, okay? And people here are speculating a whole bunch of stuff. My main concern is, again, who owns the rights to Neverwinter? That's my main concern. So look at this. Probably nothing concerning this game. They sold the studios, not the intellectual protocols. This deal is probably exactly why Neverwinter development was moved away from Cryptic. What do you mean? So the studios are sold. Well, what was Cryptic worth in this deal if they have no developers? They have nothing. If Deca does everything, is that not a part of Cryptic? If it's not, then Cryptic is just a name. Is it not? I don't know. Now here's a reply by someone. Neverwinter was still an Arc IP. Embracer only retains Remnant franchise and Fellowship. The rest goes to Arc management. What does that mean? Does that mean that Neverwinter IP, the owner of the license, is with Arc, which means it's with Project Golden Arc? That's this person's claim. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if there's going to be new announcements on this. I don't know what Deca is doing. And so this is kind of a placeholder right now on this. But this comes back to this. Let me show you this. This is what to me me and many people are concerned about, or have a renewed interest in Neverwinter about, and that is this. I'm only interested in Neverwinter again because there was a possibility for a Neverwinter Classic. And a few months ago, and I'm sorry, if you do like Neverwinter, I don't want to ruin your gaming experience. I'm very happy for you if you do. The only reason I and many others are become newly interested in Neverwinter again is because a possibility of some form of the classic version of the game. Whether it's a complete release of the beginning or it's a look and feel but with new content, I don't know. But that's why we've become interested again in Neverwinter. Here is the survey that was sent out a couple months ago. We're exploring the idea of a Neverwinter Classic, a return of the game's original design and feel. This would be a separate product from Neverwinter. Neverwinter is alive, guys. They're putting out some piddly ass crap every few months, and I believe that's Deca that's doing it. So it's still alive, and there's something happening with it every few months. So this classic version would run alongside the current Neverwinter, and I'm sure the current people that love Neverwinter are not happy about this, and I frankly don't blame them. If you play Neverwinter and you love it, you're probably not too happy about this because you've invested so much into the current version of Neverwinter, and I don't want to take that away from you. I really don't. So I can understand your concern about this possibility. This is a high-level idea that the development team is exploring, and we want our valuable players' thoughts before investing further. Your feedback will help guide what comes next. So, I mean, this just went out to a few select group of people, and the word got out. Nova made a video, posted the link. I know Garlinks made a video, I think, about it. I think a whole bunch of people got that link. Tanks OP something NW on Reddit posted this thing, posted the link. A whole bunch more people filled out this survey. I think they got a mountain of response on this, and so I'm thinking, hey, you know, they probably got thousands and thousands of people saying yes, 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 do this, do this, do this. And guys, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that this is just a move. That this is a move to set up so that they can bring out Neverwinter Classic through Project Golden Ark with Arc Games and Cryptic Studios. So here, just a recap. Old, Embracer owns Arc Games and Cryptic Studios. New, Project Golden Ark owns Arc Games and Cryptic Studios. What about Deca? We kind of talked about that. Who controls Neverwinter? We don't have 100% on that. Someone on Reddit claims that Arc Games still owns the IP for Neverwinter. My question is, that I need to find an answer to, is this move setting up to help get us Neverwinter Classic? Someone was willing to put $30 million up for Project Golden Ark to buy back these names and whatever they currently own and what they want to develop in the future. We read the Arc Games website. They talked about, we have ambitious plans for the future. What does it mean? What does this mean? Does this mean AI-generated crap Snoop Dogg games? Or does this mean something else? Does this mean we are going to get an announcement at some point that we are going to get a Neverwinter Classic version? And I will tell you, if they did it, and they did it the same, and they do it the same way. I mean, they could go sell founders packs just like they did with the original game. Give us the original play, the original design, the original combat, most of the original features with your characters that you played, that you're used to, your abilities, with maybe some QOL changes to the game to bring it up to speed and up to date. I'm telling you, they would make a ton of money. Look, we're losing New World. We've lost New World. The action combat MMO, the only ones that we're really getting are coming out of Asia, and they're good, but they're not Neverwinter. They're not the original Neverwinter. ESO, New World's gone. ESO is from an American MMO. Taste and Feel is one of the few we have left. I think there's a market for this. And why would someone put up $30 million? So, my friends, I hope that this news about selling off these pieces to a new company called Project Golden Ark, and again, we don't know who the employees are. We don't know who the leaders are. Do we know them? Do they know us? Is this setting up for Neverwinter Classic in the future, amongst other games, which I probably don't care about? I really want Neverwinter Classic back, and I want to follow it, be a part of it, and everything that comes with it. So that's what I have for you today. If we get any more news on this, I will post a video about it. I know I just made a video recently. We're covering some Ashes of Creation, but that's more of a side. What do you call that? That's a little side play. I really want Neverwinter Classic, but I will play Ashes and do my best with that and any other game that comes in that I find interesting. And so that's it for today, guys. Keep an eye on the channel here for any more news. If you have news, share it here. If you know more, share it in the comments, and I will do more research and make more videos about it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.